Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to using JavaScript variables. I'll teach you all the concepts that you should know about declaring and using variables in JavaScript. Let's begin now. Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to write variables in JavaScript and the various ways that you can declare these variables in JavaScript. On my screen here, I have an instance of VS Code open and a live server open here. So we are going to use this to demonstrate how to write variables in JavaScript. There are 5 or 4 rules that you should remember when writing variables in JavaScript. 1, variables can be written using letters, numbers, $sign, and underscore. It's not common to find underscore and the $sign used in most variables. When you're starting to write the name of the variables in JavaScript, it's advisable to not use $sign and underscore or start with a number. Finally, you need to remember that JavaScript variables are case sensitive, and you cannot also use reserved keywords in JavaScript for your variable names. So I'd like to begin by the 4 ways. First, you can automatically declare variables in JavaScript. You're not going to pay attention to that. You're going to pay attention to how to use the 3 common keywords of writing variables in JavaScript. First, the keyword var is used to declare a variable. So you write var, then you give the variable a name. So it can be x. Then you use the equal sign to give the variable a value. So for example, we can say x is equals to 20. Then we can do a console log on our screen to test on our live server here to see the value of x. So I began by writing the keyword that declares a variable, then giving it its name, the variable name that we are going to use for reference in the future of the script. Then the equal sign gives it the value, which in this case is an integer, a number. So once we log the value of x, we can see on our live server, it's logged on the console. And another way to declare the variable is using the keyword let. So we can say let y be equal to 30. So then we can change this to y, and we log it on the console, and you can see it logs on the console. Another way to declare variables in JavaScript is to use const. So we can say const z is equals to 40, and we log z here, and we're able to log it on the console. So those are the 3 common ways to declare variables in JavaScript. The differences between them is based on the scope. For let and var, the scope is different. I have explained in detail using the video linked in the description below the differences between using var, let, and const. Finally, when you're writing functions in JavaScript, arrays and objects, you equate them as variables. For example, if I had an array of fruits, I would do something like const fruits. Then I would put the values here. Suppose we have apple, then we have orange, then we have mango. So if that is the array, we are using this const keyword to declare it as a variable so that it holds value. Then we can make reference to it. In the code now, in the following code, you can now make reference to it like using fruits. Since now it's available as variable, then you can reference to the index. Like if we want to get to apple, we can do 0. Then we are console logging apple. And as you can see, it console logs apple. Objects are also declared as variables. So we use the word const, then we can say person, then we can use the curly brackets to give them the data. So suppose the name of the person is Joe. Then we give them an age, 21. Then we can come in here in our console and log the person dot name to get the name of the person, and the name is displayed in the console. So what's happening here? We are now declaring using the const keyword an object. So you're going to come across this often where variables or objects are declared using a variable, or an array is declared using a variable. But for the arrays and objects, we use the const keyword. The reason we use a const keyword is because the object and the array, they contain data that can change, but you don't want to change the object itself. It's a blueprint, it's a prototype that you don't want to change in the course of your script. So that's why we strictly use const, because when you declare variables using const, you are not allowed to redeclare them. Finally, you can also declare a function using as a keyword. You can declare a function as a keyword. So you can do something like let message be equal to, then you can simply use an arrow, the arrow function syntax, then you can say return hello. So then we can call in this method the normal way. So here we're using the let keyword to declare a function. So you can now use this in your code, making reference to it. So you can call this function as you would normally call any other function that is an ordinary function. So, and you can see once we log on the console here, we get the message. So when you're declaring variables in a nutshell, use the three keywords in JavaScript, the var, let, and const. Var and let are based on the different scopes, and I've explained in the video in the link in the description. Then you can declare objects and arrays as variables in JavaScript. Then you reuse them in your code using the objects. You use the dot notation. For the array, you use the various ways like looping through or using the square brackets to access each of the index. Finally, you can declare functions as variables in JavaScript, as I've explained in the last example. I hope you find this useful and you'll consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you get value from these videos, kindly consider giving it a thumbs up. I hope you learned something new about using and declaring variables in JavaScript. If you did, kindly consider giving this video a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe. You can also reach out to me by writing in the comment section below or using the links in the description. See you in the next video.